Right, and we want to tow with all four wheels down. What's that called?
Dinghy towing.
Dinky towing.
Not dinky.
Whoops. I bash
maybe
all the words.
Maybe we'll call it dinky towing. Dinky towing.
Yeah, while we're boondogling.
Hi, I'm Lynn.
And I'm Jeff.
And we are Catching Air.
Catching air.
Welcome back to our channel. We are so psyched that you are here and you are checking us out and coming along for the adventure.
Welcome. So, today we're here to talk about tow vehicles and our search for ours.
If you tuned into our last video, we kind of started the process by going out and checking out some different models and just trying to get educated about them. And this is sort of the conclusion to that.
Right.
Everything we found out along the way and what we finally ended up purchasing.
Right, never owned a Jeep vehicle before, but we've learned a lot. I want to share it with you.
We have boiled it down to 5 things that we learned while we were searching for our Jeep as a tow vehicle.
Exactly. Smarter now. Number 5, the models. 3 basic models in the Wrangler. There's the Sport, Sahara, Rubicon. So, what are the differences?
There's really not a huge difference between them. They're basically kind of all the same size. They're all pretty much the same weight. It really is just the option packages. So the Wrangler Sport is usually kind of bare bones with crank windows and no AC unless someone has opted for the upgrades. The Sahara is the same exact model, the same Sport Jeep with all of the upgrades standard. So you get the power windows, you get the air conditioning, and you get all of those luxury upgrades as part of the standard Sahara. And then the Rubicon, the only difference with the Rubicon is it has everything the Sahara has as far as upgrades, but it's got a little extra upgrades when it comes to off-roading. Like the axles, there's something about the axles that's special and some other things for real serious off-roading.
And we did notice that some of the upgrades that we saw in the Sport gets it pretty close to the Sahara. And of course, AC, the always important AC. Oh, now when I go to bed, my pajamas consist of a parka and a hat because that's how cold our bedroom is. So,
I like it cold. And if you remember our trip to Oklahoma.
Right. That's where it kind of...
We learned the lesson about how important AC is. Fields of Oklahoma, 100 and something degrees. No air conditioning. Zero air conditioning. Which is why we're looking a little flushed. Because it's very, very hot.
We went to turn it on. And when I was looking at the Jeep, I really never thought about the AC because it kind of got natural AC. You pull off the top and there you are, you know? Natural
AC. I want frigid, cold air blowing on me from the vents. So I think for us, we decided that we were gonna the Rubicon was not something that interested us because even though we are gonna off-road, we're not serious off-roaders.
Right.
So it was really between the Sahara and the Sport.
Number 4, the top. Hardtop, soft top. Really thought we were gonna have to go with the soft top, storage of the hardtop, removing it, weight. But what we realized is that there's in the newer models, they have a T-top, like the old Camaros. So you can get the wind blowing in your hair, but not necessarily have to completely disassemble the hard top off. And of course, always the problem with storage.
T-roof, I love this idea, huh?
I know, I don't really get it.
So just on this piece just removes and you still have the hard top.
What?
This piece comes off.
So you take just this?
Right.
Oh, okay, we'll have to talk about that because I don't really get it. All right, number 3.
3.
We learned that you can change the color of a Jeep for not much money and not a lot of effort.
Right.
That was huge for us because I wanted a color, red, yellow, orange, blue. I just wanted a nice, fun color towing behind the Airstream.
Right.
So anything that was not those colors, I was crossing off the list. But come to find out, you can change the color fairly easily.
Nice chameleon option. And of course, color. Very important. You know,
Number
it's
one.
always about the color. You know, cannot be underestimated. You know, wheels. Is it running? You know, it's the right color.
It's a go. Yeah, so that was a big one. So that really opened us up.
Right. It opened up our aperture. We could look at a lot of different vehicles.
The chameleon option. I like that. So the Jeep has a chameleon option. Very
Number 2.
Dose.
So, this one is the manual versus the automatic relative to towing. You know, we've never towed a vehicle before. So we went into it thinking it would have to be manual. But we did learn that that's not necessarily the case.
Yeah. For the most part, Jeeps, whether they are manual or automatic, can all be towed. So again, we were starting our search looking just for manual transmission, but we're able to open it up and consider automatic or manual because either would have worked out fine.
Right. And we want to tow with all 4 wheels down. What's that called?
Dinghy towing.
Dinky towing. Love that.
Not dinky.
Oh. Whoops. I bash
maybe
all the words.
Maybe we'll call it dinky towing. Dinky towing.
Yeah, while we're boondongling.
Right. Catching air.
Catching air.
The last and the most important, number 1.
Number 1, top of the heap. Most important thing we learned.
And we learned this one early on. And it was kind of an important one. But early on, we had to take a look to see what our 345 Airstream could actually tow. And did it actually have the capability to tow the Jeep that we wanted to get?
Right. And we thought we had hit a big showstopper on this one. Let's take a look.
It's not fun to film the bummer parts. But it wouldn't be good if we just filmed all the good stuff.
Yeah, so what Lynn's referring to is we're trying to figure out, we have this idea we're going to pull a Jeep behind the RV, and now we're going through, before we go any further as far as finding the vehicle, we wanted to make sure the gross weights that the RV can pull, and it seems like the Jeep is quite in excess, in a factor 2 from the weight. You know, the RV can take 2,000 pounds supposedly.
Which that just seems so low. I mean, we're not pulling anything. We're not pulling a Jeep. We're not even pulling a Volkswagen. Maybe we can pull a scooter with 2,000 pounds. I mean, that doesn't seem right.
No.
But that's what the manual says. The manual says that we have a towing capacity of 2,000 pounds with the Airstream.
Right. You know.
So.
But.
This is a major bummer. I mean, I could go on the air forums.
Sure.
You know, and see. Maybe I got to do that. I think I'm going on the air forums right now.
All right.
If you're out there and you're on the air forums, get online. Help us out.
Okay. We'll be back with more answers. At this point, lots of questions.
Bummer.
All right.
See ya. Major thank you to Air Forums. I don't know where we would be without all of you on Air Forums.
Our go-to.
Yes, wealth of information there.
Right.
But what we learned from them is that the 345, as it is built, does have a towing limit of 2,000 pounds. However, it's not because of the engine. It's because of the way the hitch setup is and
Right.
some of the other systems.
Right.
So we learned that you can make modifications. You can modify the hitch. You
Right.
can change the way it's attached.
Right.
You can upgrade the braking system.
Right.
You can upgrade the exhaust system. You can make all the changes you need to make to pull anything you want to pull.
And we were lucky that all those modifications were already made to our 345.
That was huge. We think the prior owner must have either towed a car or a boat or something, because everything to the letter that they said in air forms that needed to be done was done.
So thankful there.
Wahoo.
Yeah.
I know. The other option we were considering was driving a smart car, because for a while that's what it was looking like. That was the only thing that I could find that was under 2,000 pounds.
Right. It's nice to have options, and it's a nice option because it's a very light car. But I'm 6'3" and 215 pounds, so not quite the option for ours.
So those are the 5 things that we learned when shopping for our Jeep tow vehicle.
We're smarter.
Definitely smarter. So I guess we're at the point where it's time to share what we got.
The big reveal.
Drum roll, please. We got a Jeep Wrangler Sport,
2011 with 75,000 miles,
6-speed manual transmission,
with a hardtop, but with the T option.
has the upgrades of AC and power windows.
Bring on the AC.
Better pack
Can
that.
never be cold enough.
Pack that.
The gross weight was 3,800 pounds.
Yeah, so again, over the 2,000, but totally fine with all the modifications that we have.
And most important, it was the right color. And it actually ran pretty well.
Yeah, so we got both. We got the right color and we got wheels that work and an engine that runs.
Exactly.
Win-win.
Always.
And it was a great experience.
It was. Really enjoyed the people we purchased it from down at Millbrook Motors.
Yeah, that's important to us. Any purchase that we make, especially big purchases, it really matters to us who we do business with. And
Right.
They were just awesome.
We learned a lot from them.
They were great.
Up top.
Next video, maybe not the next, but coming soon.
Right. How are we going to go ahead and tow this thing? We got all the pieces. Now we got to couple them together.
Yes, so I'm sure there's lots to learn about towing, and hopefully we'll have 5 more things that we can share with you after we go through that process.
Look forward to it.
Well, thanks again for watching our channel. Again, we love having you. We're so psyched you're here, and we are so happy that you're coming with us on this adventure.
Right.
See you later.
Bye now.